Hey everyone, I'm Jason Salazar. I'm the writer, editor, director of the film here, Loose Ends. I also attempted to act in this movie as well, as you'll unfortunately get to see. On this commentary track, you're going to be hearing from me, as well as some various cast members and our thoughts and feelings we experienced while making this piece of shit. So try to enjoy it. And I applaud you if you're listening to the commentary track at all. I will buy you a cookie. So here we have a little recap from the previous film, Yellow Fever. I think this was the first time I ever did a recap for a Tingley film at all. There was just so much information going into this movie that you needed to know to understand even part of what this plot was trying to achieve, that I felt it was necessary to kind of show you and make sure you were up to speed.
Hello, good evening. I'm Tom Shamrell. This is
Angie Higgins, better known as Sis Boomba.
I'm Deborah McPherson, and I play Tiffany.
I am Jeff Brown. I play Barry Overseer.
I'm Sharon Salazar. I think I was Sharon Cunha in this. Yes, I was in this movie. I play Victory.
I have a plan so evil to get rid of Tingley that it almost scares me.
Look at that shirt I'm wearing.
What is this plan?
You must have gotten that from Ben.
Yes. No.
You must have rolled an old Hawaiian man for that shirt, huh?
I like how I'm sitting on the ground in this.
It's to give levels.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get something.
Why can't we hear?
Laugh scene.
This is the ongoing laugh scene.
So at this point in the scheme of the Tingley universe, I pretty much knew that I was going to kill Eddie Tingley off after Loose Ends. So I started to set that up in Yellow Fever from the recap we saw, and it was a bit of a challenge. There was so many things that needed to be addressed, or at least that I felt needed to be addressed, that were brought up over the course of the, I think, like 12 to 15 years of the series run. Fresher Frozen Films no longer exists. That's Eric Brown doing the juggling. Thanks, Eric.
Matrix. Oh, this is the Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
Fight.
Oh, is this it? Oh, I forgot about this.
How exciting. I didn't know what was in this movie.
Loose Ends, the title too, comes from the fact that, as I was saying, there were so many loose ends that were going to be addressed and needed to be tied up that I figured, well, why don't we just call the film what it is? A bunch of loose ends that hopefully will get resolved in the last Tingley film. Here we go with our opening Matrix dream sequence, shot by the fabulous Paul Encinas.
So wait, this is actually something serious here. I want to point out that I originally shot this scene, but it was reshot, and this is the reshoot is what was used because it didn't look the same as other dream fantasy sequences looked like later on in the movie.
So Jeff, you shouldn't be in Jason's dream fantasy sequences then? Is that what it comes down to?
What? What?
The lovely Robin Hanna, back as Laura Lucas.
Anyway, I had shot it not like Paul Encinas, and Paul Encinas shot this.
Oh, so yours was steady.
Yeah. It was still trying to be all close-up-y and whatnot.
Jason looks a little like Sean Becker there. Jason, a little Sean Becker.
He's wearing everything is from Sean Becker.
Jason
No
and Paul.
way.
Yeah, the glasses and the coat, those all
Is
are
that
Sean.
Becker certified there? Is that what that is?
They are awkward. Just like their pictures.
Zing, Salazar.
This joke with the swing, like I knew I wanted to film in this park and I thought we could just sit on the swings next to each other, but I had no idea that this swing actually was built for a little child, so we just worked that into the moment that my ass did not fit in that baby swing. A lot of blown out, in and out of focus, crazy looks here. Paul was big on making it look very surreal and somewhat like as if we were filming this like we didn't know what the hell we were doing, like all these shots going in and out of focus. It works. I'm not complaining, but I think there might have been a little too in and out of focus bits going on here.
And this park has been used in several other movies, right?
Yeah, that park's a whore.
Especially in Salazar films.
He gets around.
I believe originally when I set out to start writing Loose Ends, this whole opening dream sequence, it was always going to be a Matrix, scene, fight, dream, whatever you want to call it, but it was going to be with Jeff Paulson, Eddie Tingley, actually being in it.
This DP, mind you, was featured in CineQuest at some point, I think. Right?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
A couple times, right?
A couple times. Clearly, I knew that.
Okay.
Good job, Paul. You rock.
Red vine licorice, Eddie's favorite.
That's right. That's why she was eating licorice. I was like, why is she eating licorice?
This is some tingly.
in with the tingly canon?
I'm not. I wasn't up on my tingly lore. I'm STD all the way.
I was
Your
drunk
STDs
that
were
day,
not
so
tingly?
don't ask me. I was highly intoxicated, so.
But yes, again, the whole opening was meant to be for Jeff and for him to have a nice little, fight Matrix moment. But again, that didn't work out. So I just figured, well, it'll work out, just as well if Harrison steps into the situation and he gets all this information about what may or may not be future events.
Now you'll be visited by another ghost.
I'm going up.
What? What other ghost? I hate ghosts. What? I have to take
We
off my
like to
glasses
get
for
we
these.
like to get shots where we get reflection in the person's sunglasses. That's very artsy.
Tis.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
like-
spinning, blah.
Branham High School. The swine flu capital of the world right now. That's a pop culture reference for all y'all.
Here we are at Branham High School, where my wife, Sharon Salazar, teaches. There's the BHS right there. Branham High School, though I can take those initials and make them whatever I want. Like, maybe that was Big Harrison Stud. That was gay, sorry. And here we have Angie Higgins, back as Cecilia Beaumont Bannister, looking very Agent Smith-like for this bit of the Matrix scene. All the music and such, too, is taken straight from the Matrix movies, as well as is the majority of the dialogue. The previous scene with Robin, with the exception of the few little tingly tidbits that I threw in.
I'm wearing dance shoes.
You can kick ass.
Those are
with
actually
dance shoes.
split sole Capezio jazz shoes. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Good for the dancing.
I love how you have such a hardcore walk and then you get up to the stairs and it's so graceful.
I have a thing with rhinestones on my sunglasses. I still wear rhinestones on my sunglasses.
So
Not
does
like,
Jason apparently.
Seriously, this was pretty high production value for us at the time.
Yeah.
Hey, for now,
Yeah, I mean, look at all these
definitely
locations just in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is Dugan High in other films
Nice.
from the same series.
Looks very professional.
Go do it.
Does.
Paul did a really good job filming a lot of this. This whole scene between me and Angie, I think, was an afterthought. We had filmed the scene with Robin and me originally. Jeff Brown, the overseer, had filmed that opening scene originally, and we ended up not using it because we wanted this whole opening to look and feel the same as the Matrix fight did, which we had filmed several months previously. And since we filmed it with a different camera, this looked a lot different from what I was shooting with my camera. So we decided, well, just to keep the opening consistent, let's go back and reshoot this opening and add a few bits. So we really dragged out this opening Matrix sequence to really make it more interesting and look really cool and hopefully kind of suck people in right at the start, as after this opening, the rest of the movie is just people talking for the most part, which is pretty much all I write is people talking over and over.
Blah, 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 blah. Jeez, it never ends.
Look angry. Now look
Don't
intense.
don't blame Jason.
Now keep
Blame
up.
the Wachowski brothers for the source material.
True. He doesn't look
Snapping
impressed.
fingers. Boom!
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, Hal Todd Theater, San Jose State.
Wow.
But here we come to the Matrix fight scene. Now, this whole scene was a massive undertaking. I mean, we had filmed fight scenes and stuff in the past before, but I don't think anything this complex. It was pretty crazy. We had a large group of people, Steadicam here that was strapped to my gut to, really make it, for some surreal shots. But this whole fight was done over the course of one day. I believe we got to the Hal Todd Theater in the fairly early morning, and we shot till almost dinner time. It was also, this scene was shot on my birthday that year, and that was my present to myself. People said, "What do you want?" I said, "All I want is people to come and film this stupid fight scene with me," and I could use that to my leverage to get people to show up.
Angie Sang was badass. I miss her.
I wish Paul had come out because all it just looks
Oh,
like,
there's
you know,
Mike
just
Gibson,
crunches her.
who was one of the Punjabs from the
Like
series.
Did you guys have powder?
works.
Powder.
The powder
It looks so
works.
good.
Oh yeah, take that! That was Megan Hare.
There goes Mike and Mark flying backwards.
I think somebody actually got hurt in that shot.
No, not
Thrown
that
into
one.
the chair?
It's
Wait,
not
no,
that
the one where Sean gets
Sean
hurt.
gets
Oh.
hurt. Sean breaks his like arm.
Oh, see, Jason likes to write women fighting over him.
I remember right here when Nate picks me up to spin me around here. We did that, I think, 2 or 3 times. By the 3rd time, I got massively sick, and I almost threw up. For some reason, I just got very nauseous. I don't know if it was just from the little spinning that happened, but I ended up getting really sick, and we had to like stop filming for like an hour. And here comes Big Bad Sean Becker. Gave him a little moment to try to take Harrison down. I think Sean got a little more play in this scene than the other extras because, you know, he's the alternative Jeff Paulson in my hit series 3 of a Kind, so... And that's why we throw him into some chairs right here, and Sean gashed up his back big time in that moment. We all went out to dinner after we shot this for my birthday, and Sean came up to me at one point during the dinner and lifted up the back of his shirt and said, "Hey, look, I got a battle scar." And he had this huge, like, just gash on his back from being thrown into those chairs.
I think this
aroused
scene might have been one of the first where Jason emailed me asking if I wanted to join in.
Oh,
and I couldn't.
You got worked there, buddy.
Yeah.
Jeff, you got worked.
Because I was wearing blue jeans.
oh, this
He
is
just
great.
knocked you the crap out there.
This was a Steadicam strapped to your gut.
That's right.
Nice.
It's like boom,
Just
boom, boom.
bite-
Scary,
biting.
scary, scary. This is where it gets a very dream-esque. I like it.
Yeah.
So surreal.
Jason, I think that was like 70 pounds in
Oh,
front
wait,
of you.
wait. Oh, I like the dog piles coming. Wait, yeah, get him, get him.
Another overhead shot. The overhead shots were great. I'm kind of upset we didn't get more, but getting up into those rafters up there was a little dangerous, so I'm lucky I got the ones I did. Or Paul is, you know. Paul and a couple other friends actually helped film this entire sequence. It wasn't just Paul. It was Paul. I believe Chris Darnell was there. Payman Benz. A few of our San Jose State buddies who helped make that whole scene a reality and shot it with 2 cameras. Otherwise, we would have never gotten this done. So, to all of them, I say thank you for making this probably one of the most cool things in Tingley history. And as you can tell, hear me waking up from the dream, just the difference in the quality of the image from the cameras we were using for that fight scene to what I was using. There is no comparison. It's just more standard home video is where the opening Matrix stuff was shot with a Panasonic DVX, and it looks amazing. Mike Flores and Matt Pritchard. Once again, some of my college 3 of a Kind buddies. I wanted to get as many people as possible into the last 2 movies.
I remember an outtake that wasn't used. There was a shot of the feet as these 2 guys are walking, and Matt, as a joke, lifted his one foot up to scratch the back of his, leg a little bit as they were walking, like right there,
I was afraid of what you were going to say.
as a joke. But they didn't use it. Jason didn't use it.
God.
Maybe that was a mistake.
No.
Look, reflection
It's
shots.
just something I remember because it was funny when we were shooting it.
Jeff Paulson as Eddie Tingley.
Dun, dun, dun.
In case any of you haven't watched any of these movies before, Eddie Tingley is the badass of the detectives. Well, he's the only detective we ever see, but he is the detective.
And he has 2 groups of,
Some shit on my sweatshirt, obviously, right?
We had set up in Yellow Fever that they obviously were concocting some huge scheme to get rid of Eddie Tingley. So when I wrote Yellow Fever, I had no idea what that was going to be. So here we kind of pay off that the whole thing that Mr. Cannon had set up was he was going to hire some hitmen to take care of Eddie Tingley, which didn't seem all that grand in the end, but it's all I got.
What were you thinking here? What was your character like, develop?
Right here, I was thinking about cookies or something because I wasn't paying attention to him. I don't know.
Do you have a particular kind of cookie you use? Like,
No.
raisin, oatmeal?
No.
I love how in the course of the movies, Mr. Cannon's become much more lax in his wardrobe, much more summery, if you will.
If clause stuck in there. Suffice to say, gentlemen.
We filmed Matt and Mike. I want to say first a couple hours before we filmed the 3 of them here, because I don't think Mr. Walker aka Mr. Cannon, was around at this point, so we just decided to film all of Matt and Mike's stuff first and get their lines out of the way, and then go back and shoot the 3-shot here. But it worked, the magic of editing.
I would like to point out that people have clearly signed Devin's breast area on his shirt.
Well, Devin has pretty awesome pecs. I mean, if you haven't felt them.
I just don't think that's the obvious place to sign on somebody's shirt.
No, he's got awesome pecs. I mean, you can cut glass in the winter with them, but other than that, I mean, they're pretty cool.
Tom only thinks about food and men's pecs.
I said breasts, okay, breasts. Or did I say pecs? I don't know.
I think Matt and Mike were really great additions to the Tingley family, even though they ultimately weren't, in it too much there towards the end. I think that they certainly brought more of a, I hesitate to use the word, but more of a seriousness to the Tingley universe, because these characters were more based in, that they were supposed to be badasses, as where the Tingleys and the Punjabs and all those characters were, more comedy based. And as the series went on, I did try to give newer characters more background, more character development, and I think Matt and Mike certainly were some of the ones that benefited me. Benefited more from me writing things out and trying to think things through a little more clearly before we shot these things.
Call me AJ. So, do you have a picture of this seemingly unkillable man?
What's he pulling out?
Jeff just touched his pecs.
I did. Those aren't his pecs.
I think that was
Keep your pecs in your ass pocket.
That was a callback to a joke in a previous movie where hand me the picture, but no one had a picture on it.
Is that in Project Cup?
No, it was in something else.
The one in between this one and Project Go.
Yellow Fever. I think.
Oh yeah.
That picture there is from Eddie Tingley Goes West, another classic Eddie Tingley film. That's kind of, in my mind, the quintessential Eddie Tingley shot of just Jeff being overly happy and looking stupid.
I like that delivery. Oh, you've heard of him.
What happened?
Well, it's a long and messy story, but needless to say, there's a lot of people looking for some payback since
Flores is so stoic.
The incident.
The first mention there, or in this movie anyway, of the incident. Throughout some of the Tingley movies, there has been reference to this incident, which is something that happened that Eddie did or was involved in that caused him and a lot of people great distress, and we meant to pretty much leave the incident very vague and never explain when it was, but in this movie we kind of showed some of the things that it might have involved, and then several years later we actually shot a short 10-minute film called The Incident, which pretty much blatantly showed you what the incident was, and it was a pretty stupid thing involving a David Hasselhoff autograph picture and lots of shooting. but hey, it's Eddie Tingley. It doesn't need to make sense.
This is great.
Oh,
cover the mouth, cover the ears, cover the eyes.
Studying Tingley, tracking his every move, learning everything there's to learn about him, so that one day, when he least expects it,
build up, bam.
Ooh. That made me jump a little too. Right now.
Wow.
I was wondering when one of us was gonna do
He's
that.
making room for more food.
I did it on the first commentary.
Nice.
The Never Say No commentary. I burped. So it's a tradition.
Really? I'm keeping up with the tradition?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. I feel pretty proud of myself.
I shot this,
Nice.
but it's not all that
You guys look
fantastic.
very Mr. Rogers there.
I should say
Yeah.
I didn't shoot this. I stood behind the camera. I'll say that.
Was it on a tripod?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, whatever. I
Make sure no one
get
bumped
credit.
into the tripod. That's good. I've done that many times too.
Yeah.
Well, according to some film
Actually,
instructors.
on this day, there were some kids on skateboards stopping and looking at us shoot this. I remember.
That happens a lot.
They were very interested.
Not necessarily kids on skateboards, but people in general.
I like how Jason's wearing white shoes with an all-black outfit.
And black socks.
It looks like you're wearing a
It's to match his
golf
stripe.
shoe. Like one of those shoes that go in golf
I love that
clubs.
line. Bye. Thanks for the crackers.
Everything's about food.
What else is there?
perhaps, but I mean, it's been years now. I mean, things change. I have the utmost confidence that Big K will get the job done, but...
Poor Mike and Matt, Matt's in a suit and Mike here's in this leather coat, and I think, well, it wasn't the summertime, but it was still like 85 degrees this day, but They toughed it out. They were troopers. I mean, because that whole opening scene with them talking to Mr. Cannon and everybody, that took us a good couple hours to shoot. I mean, it's probably like 5 or 6 minutes long, but we got a lot of coverage, and there was a lot of dialogue and exposition to get out of the way. So, but they pulled it off great. So, kudos to them.
Let's get cracking on this.
Superior Court. Eddie's going back to take his detective exam. This is a callback, actually, to pretty much the exact same event that happened in the movie Double D's, where Eddie had to go and renew his detective license, and he failed the test. But I figured it was a good joke and bared repeating. It worked for the story, so... And with Harrison saying, you know, hey, are you going to do this? Is this going to work this time? You actually studied and all that stuff? And, of course, Eddie has not learned. While he hasn't studied, he figures writing wavy lines on his hands will suffice in helping him find the answers. I just always like how in, you know, real movies, whenever people write things down or there's some kind of, you know, document or paper that needs to have writing on it and it's so obvious that it's scribbles and not important, I decided to just blatantly make what he wrote on his hand scribbles, and Harrison saying, it's just a bunch of wavy lines, what is that going to accomplish? And, oh, it's a code, Eddie will get it.
He's got a lot of hair.
Something
on
in your
it.
tooth, Jason.
I think that would be. Is that macaroni and cheese, or what did you used to eat all the time that time?
No, it's something dark.
Dark.
I wasn't here when you filmed this, so I have nothing to contribute except my observation.
Yeah.
That exam actually was, I typed out, there are some jokes there, I can't remember all of them, but there's a few, like, you know, when using your magnifying glass, what is the perfect position in which to hold it when the sun is at a certain time of the day? You know, and Jeff would write stupid answers, and so, but, again, as the movie's near the end, I tried to make everything, including props, more realistic.
Harrison? Harrison? You okay? Harrison, you look like you're gonna...
This, again, was set up. You know, I'm talking a lot about the last Tingley in this movie, but again, this is all a lot of setup for that movie. You know, this was to kind of, you know, set up Harrison's, you know, being uncomfortable with the future of the agency and that, you know, maybe they should, you know, shut down because they've never really been good detectives. But it was mainly done also to get Eddie and Harrison apart because for the last movie they needed to be separated. And that's what all of this was for.
See, Harrison is really the brains behind the operation here, clearly, which is why I'm in love with him.
The point is, none of those things pay the bills. So you just want to
For not being very good detectives, I always found it amazing that their office looked like that they were just uber busy. You know, the clutter and the papers and the boxes. I mean, you know, it made good set dressing, but it's kind of like, well, if they never really solved the case, what was with all the paperwork? But I suppose it could have just been random things, you know, Eddie collecting envelopes or, you know, he's Eddie Tingley. He doesn't need to have a reason behind what he does, what he keeps. So I figured, you know, hey, it's an office. This is going to work.
I'm out of here. I swear to God, Harrison, someday you are going to be the death of me.
Eddie saying you are going to be the death of me. At this point, I was just, several characters say that throughout the movie, and I was just trying to, you know, kind of had red herrings and just, you know, well, who is going to kill Eddie in the end? Is it really going to be Harrison? What's going on? But again, it was just a bunch of misdirections just to have them in there for fun.
Was it? Wait, actually, was this?
It was nighttime, I think.
It was in the evening.
Yeah. Was this?
I like you.
Oh, I remember that. This spin.
Spin around. Was this the same shooting night where Jason couldn't get the sound to work or the power to work?
I think so. Because it was our first night. Our first night something wasn't working.
I know, look how dark my hair is.
Didn't you have that hamburger and it like got super cold because you had to like take tiny little bites to make it last for the whole scene?
Yes, I was so hungry. It was like, I just want some food, guys. Like, oh, we'll just put it in the movie. Look at my hair.
Oh, we actually did use the brown placard.
Look at my hair.
With the overseer on it. Okay.
Seriously, Mr. Overseer, sir.
I love Angie's little pink pirate shirt. I think that, you know, it was fun and playful. And again, this was going to be one of the last few times we saw Cecilia taking part with this group because she would ultimately start to lean more towards Harrison and change her evil ways. But still maintain her psychotic, playful nature.
And you do what I say. Got it?
God, I'm so sick of...
Here we have Deborah McPherson as Tiffany Pepworth. Tiffany was first mentioned in the hit film Project Go. There was a reference to an incident where there was a cheerleading competition and itching powder and a stuffed bra was used and Tiffany's name was thrown around, and it was just meant to be a throwaway joke, a throwaway character, never meant to actually see the light of day. And then as I was writing the script and trying to think of new and fun things to throw in, I thought maybe we should throw the Tiffany character in there as a kind of a foil to Cecilia, and also to just kind of inject a little, new life and blood into the SCD group. And Deborah came in and was a trooper. She was great. She was such a great addition, and very funny.
Yeah, hot.
Did you guys actually get hurt at all?
No,
No.
we didn't get hurt. We were on carpet. Sharon and I think, fight in many movies.
I like how you're looking up at the ceiling.
It was a cool ceiling,
This is a great place.
It was a cool ceiling.
Yeah.
I agree.
Ow, my shirt.
Well,
Wait, that sounded real, Angie, when you said, "Ow, my shirt."
Oh, it might have been.
Something got stuck or something.
Since we threw Tiffany into the mix, if you had never seen Project Go, or and why these characters, why Cecilia specifically knew who Tiffany was, I figured it was important to explain where she came from. So we had this flashback here to '98 when the Maybelline Lip Gloss Cheerleading Jamboree took place. Actual cheerleaders practicing. My lovely wife filmed the cheerleaders practicing at her school, and it worked great. It was a nice little addition. Makes it look like we actually were at some kind of cheerleading camp.
And show the world that cheerleading is not merely for the unintelligent or mentally challenged.
I love Maybelline. She's fucking Maybelline.
I think it's I've always enjoyed seeing these characters, the three of them specifically, back during their, quote unquote teen years, high school years, and just how awkward they were and different. Victory, Sharon's character, was more, goth, and didn't care what anyone thought of her. Tom, aka York, was more nerdish, while he was still kind of strong and all that. He was just a big dork. And Cecilia is basically the same as she is now, but slightly more crazy and bipolar.
Yeah, Cecilia, it's kind of weird to call you sis. I mean, you're not really my sister.
And here's me. Why didn't anyone tell me there's a piece of hair sticking out like la 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 over on the side of my head? What the heck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say, what?
Oh my god.
What hair? What?
Okay, when I turn my head, it's all I can see when I look at me. Look at that piece of hair. Forget about anything I'm saying. It's the hair.
Apparently, Angie hears voices, and they only shine through her hair.
My hair talks to me.
What are you, a teacher? God. Look, can somebody just please tell me the current standings before I really get pissed off? Well, sis.
Sharon is holding the script there, actually reading lines.
Tiffany. That bitch.
And of course, here we set up why Cecilia hates Tiffany so much.
Oh, so cute.
Look at me talking. Chewing the fat with her. Chatting her up. My voice was kind of effed during this scene because this was right after Hamlet at San Jose State, where they shot a bunch of smoke into the theater and gave me the worst cough in history. And yeah, and also that's why my hair is all fucking weird.
I remember the direction for me was just to bounce my head as much as I could. Just be bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
Best direction ever.
Be bouncy.
Wow, I wish I got
your
direction
head.
like that.
Just your head. Bounce your head.
Bye. That was good.
See ya.
Even his turn is happy. Whoop, there he goes.
That was like, I'm gonna do you later.
Yeah, you were pretty. No, that was a big
Suave.
Mac there, wasn't it?
What does she have that I don't anyway?
I like how you have to take your glasses down to see better.
Something that
They were kind of heavy. I think each lens weighs 45 pounds, so.
And jam a bastard in it, you sacks of crap. I cannot take credit for that line. I stole that from an episode of Futurama that Bender the Robot said, so thank you, Matt Groening.
It's not really a big deal. It's just the principal of the whole thing.
So here we're coming up on our Ocean's 11 stuff the bra with the itching powder spoof, if you will. My good buddy Sean Becker edited this scene for me because I had no idea at the time how to do, the squares and perspectives and whatnot. We filmed all of these different perspectives of the same event happening, and he really put it together to kind of show from all these different angles what was going on, like who was doing what. And I love the little black and white, motif in the back.
Look, I'm gonna put itching powder in your bra, you little bitch.
Oh,
yeah,
what's this?
take that.
Hey.
Oh, that's so clever of her.
And I go.
Maybe I should hire her.
Back into
Yeah, that was good.
I'm sorry. Am I really?
Oh,
here you go.
Here's the
You need to
label
take
so
a
you can all
shower.
see what I'm doing.
Bye. That's clever.
Bye.
I'm leaving.
Oh, look how nice you are, Tiffany. You deserve to itch.
It was just a really fun scene. And again, it was never really, I think, ultimately meant to be in the movie. I mean, the whole Tiffany thing was just a throwaway joke from a movie, 3 movies prior. And this definitely is a scene that people love and really remember. And I'm happy we shot it.
Bye.
I like toodles.
I'm such an evil bitch in this.
So
Love
rad.
it.
That was so embarrassing.
We're like, we need a cheer for you. Let's make up something on the spot. Ooh, yeah, itchy.
How was it itching your boobs on film?
Embarrassing.
Oh, this is Eric Brown doing the voiceover.
Oh yeah, Eric's doing
The juggler.
He's doing the no. in the VO.
I often say no, like Eric Brown.
They really itch.
And thus, the relationship between the Overseer and Cecilia was born. I love that Jeff apparently was thinking about that flashback the entire time, that whole 10-minute thing, and Tiffany never questioned, hey, why are we just kind of standing here still shaking hands?
Simpler times. So, Tiffany, would you be willing to pledge yourself to me fully and completely and carry out all of the evil deeds which I concoct?
Sure. Why not? Got nothing else to do.
Sweet. Welcome to the STDs.
I love that. That is comedy gold.
Sit down and shut up, I have more plot. I don't think that was actually written in the script, or if it was, Jeff still kind of took a turn and made a variation on it, and that is definitely one of the most quoted lines from this movie. I have more plot. I'm just basically telling you that what I have to say is very important to the rest of the movie.
Oh wait, coming up is where my hair changes length.
No way.
I got a haircut. Yeah, watch this.
I ran out of battery power, and I was like, that's no problem. I'll just plug the camera into an outlet, and we'll continue it then. Unfortunately, for some reason, none of the plugs in that office worked. So we had to schedule another time to get back into this office with everybody and finish the scene. And it was a really long scene, so we'd only gotten about halfway. But you'll see that Jeff, his hairstyle changes slightly. I think he got a haircut or something happened.
And I don't like them. So, we are going to take them completely.
See, there I am waiting for his haircut. I'm like holding my head going, when is he going to cut that hair?
Did you do this whole scene though? Or is it like a cutaway scene where your hair is shorter?
Well, no, it's right here. It's
Psycho, York.
Right there, see that?
Wait, really?
Now it's all short
Wait,
on the sides.
and spiky.
It is.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's a subtle
Wait, but we
difference.
did the whole scene in one go, didn't we?
No,
It
we
was
had to
over a
come
couple
back
of-
for some reason.
We did have to come back for some reason.
Something happened, and we had to, I don't know, somebody choked on a pickle or something weird.
I think because we had issues with the lights, we were going pretty late and we could only stay maybe a certain time. Until a certain time, because we had to come back and redo this scene with Mike Gibson, right? Later on.
Right, because
Laugh scene.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Another laugh freak out. I hit the lights accidentally. Although you can see me look at it before I hit the button, and it just didn't come off very well.
And as always, the Overseer has to have the last long laugh that people look at him like he's crazy for.
House. And phone. And Sparkles! Woohoo! This is Mike Gibson. I am the guy on screen playing the character named Sparkles. Now it's been like 10 years since we filmed this, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm answering the phone.
What? Hi, I'm looking for Sparkles Punjab.
This was filmed separately, so I was acting here as if I were talking on the phone to her.
A little out of the blue, but I found a personal ad of yours that you...
And I have no idea what our conversation is, but I think I'm being asked out on a date.
Very desperate. Please call.
And every time I get asked out on a date, it's a trap. And I never learned. But I'll probably still go on my date at 8
Oh, that's just so cute.
and get kidnapped.
I can't believe
Again.
you got any responses to that ad. It's just so enticing.
Well, I'm sure I'm saying something very funny here.
This is the lovely Megan Yunchek in her first Tingley movie, and her only Tingley movie, has Sparkle's potential date at 8, who, as we see later, is simply just a decoy. But this was one of the first times I used Megan in a movie, so I was kind of, taking it slow. I'm like, hey, I have this series about a detective who is an idiot, doesn't solve anything. Would you like to be a part of it? And she was like, sure.
I'd love to meet you. You sound like
But she did a great job.
I'm not sure whose glasses those are. Those aren't mine.
What time?
Maybe they're Devin's.
Say 8 o'clock.
Sounds great. Where?
Sounds great. Poor Sparkles. He just can't get a date. Every date is a potential death sentence for him.
Well, I think I'm going out on a date now. Oh, obviously I just got asked out.
Sounds great. I'll see you at 8.
Great. See you tonight.
Never really found out who exactly this lady is.
Should be your mom. She gets a lot of facelifts.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So you're all aggro.
I think I was petitioning for a date at 7:30, but I guess it didn't make it into the script.
We established that she's met Wong Wei. That's
Wong.
Wong Wei.
Well, Wong Wei gets around. I mean, he does.
Wong Wei reminds me of Strong Bad from
Yeah, totally.
his mask.
Oh, he's got a beefy arm. And...
Look at erotic fortune cookies.
Oh, he knows how to work it.
Oh no, Sparkles, it's a trap! Run! Oh no! Every movie!
Oh, wait. Ooh, take that.
There's some great
So
shots.
good. Yeah.
I love that Mike's arm doesn't move as he's being kicked repeatedly. I guess we just never really thought that through. Those are Harry Potter glasses, incidentally, that I bought at a Halloween store.
Yes.
Oh no! I don't remember that. That's not cool. If I ever see Dawn again. Oh no! How will I see?
Poor Sparkles. His little monocle there. Whatever worked.
Not again.
Wow, the very first Halo. It's a little old. Again, I wanted to try to get every character, big, small, whatever, into this movie, so Police Chief Terry Furman didn't really factor into the story on a grand scale, but I really wanted Christian in it in some capacity, so I figured I would just have this little scene between him and Harrison so Christian could have a nice little moment. And Christian, of course, as always, rocked the little scene he was in and was very funny.
Yeah, I was calling because I wondered if you could help me with a bit of a problem.
Look, Harrison, I'm gonna tell you what I told all the other gay people who were banging down my door and each other. I cannot.
Again, with the whole, I was still trying to play the, what is Harrison? Is he gay? Is he not gay? Which we come to find out later that he's not, but at this point I was still keeping it very ambiguous. And so anytime I saw an opportunity for a Harrison gay joke, I used it.
For those of you listening to this, we really can't hear what the hell they're saying, and it's been so long.
That voted yes on Prop 8.
Yes.
Screw you. Are going to hell.
Where there's going to be a big gay man named Bubba who will make you dance for your dinner.
It all comes back to food.
Circular.
Thanks for the advice.
I can't believe they actually made like a figure of Ralphie picking his nose.
Oh, yes.
So cool.
Whenever Harrison is sad, he sits next to his computer. And here we are at the infamous STD's brainwashing Sparkles scene.
Kidnapping a Punjab?
And then Tom's just eating in the middle.
So perfect.
I found food.
While I was gone, that we discussed how dark Tom's hair is.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know,
I didn't realize that you had any gray in it.
well, it's not even.
It's from Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, had
No,
you
this
dyed
is
it?
after that because this
If
is
he
the time
says
Jeff
that's
was
when
playing
he was doing
Hamlet.
Hamlet. He had to have dyed it for
He
another
must
show.
have dyed it for something because it's so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not dark brown. I mean, even when it wasn't dark.
Yeah, this shot is just set up really well. I like the way it looks.
There's like no reason why these people should listen to the Overseer or vice versa. And they all just played off of each other so great. And I loved when we could get them all together. Apparently it takes 12 hours to brainwash someone. That is the going time for brainwashing somebody.
Yeah, but we're never really dedicated that long.
Good bruise
12
makeup,
hours.
Sharon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. So this is the first time I'm watching this in years. I forgot about all this. That's just mean.
He looks really buff there.
He is. He runs in triathlon-y and...
So, Sparkles.
So Sharon did this great little makeup job on Mike, and it looks awesome. I mean, Mike really looks like he got worked.
A bunch of ketchup in my mouth or something.
And so you're gonna kill these 3 individuals.
Nice little prop there, Punjabs to kill, all great. And of course, we set up that since Sparkles needs his glasses to see.
You know, no evil fiendish plot ever considers the victim's vision. I mean,
No.
it's an
Of course, Sparkles wearing glasses. He only wore them in a few movies, and most of the time the glasses had no lenses anyway, so I don't really understand why we suddenly made Sparkles hard of seeing, but, it worked for this movie anyway.
Yeah,
I
just
shirt.
bought it a while ago.
You just bought it. See, you just bought it.
In
The eyebrow.
Los Angeles.
That's Don ad-libbing and screwing up everyone's lines, but it was still funny and I left it in. The distraction was great.
Did he say yes?
Don was trying to make me laugh.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck you, Don.
He threw in a yes, and I looked at him like, yeah.
Oh,
right.
all he ever says is yes.
Yeah.
And breaking the fourth wall here. That was great. I turned that into a magnet for the premiere.
Hey, that's my magnet on my refrigerator.
I made that picture there into a magnet. So it's up on everyone's refrigerator right now, or in the garbage, because people didn't want it in the first place.
It's alright. It's okay. But what if they never wear a green shirt with a mustard stain on it? Jesus Christ.
And the whole thing, what if they doesn't get mustard on a green shirt? Because that whole premise was absolutely ridiculous, and so we just tried to prove the point that, well, no, everyone ends up getting mustard on a green shirt, so it could happen. And that was our way of dancing around the fact that it would never happen. So that's what we did.
Mike
Yeah.
looks stoned.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm dramatic.
He actually has been there for 12 hours, so he's a little method actor.
Again, we spared no expense. We just go all out.
Monkeys?
We're all laughing at you. We were laughing at you. They're all gonna laugh
snap,
at you.
snap.
Where am I?
Barry? Yeah. Hey, can I call you Barry?
Sure.
Where am I?
There's nothing suspicious about waking up in a room full of people all looking at you handcuffed to a chair.
Yeah.
I always look disinterested in everything the Overseer does. A character choice, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a huge sweater on you. Have we gone through this as well?
What the hell? No.
Okay.
That is
His
a
other sweater that
pretty
was pretty
ridiculously big sweater.
I think you're kind of more buff now, Jeff.
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah.
I've lost
It
several
also
pounds
helps
since
when
then.
you wear
I'll
fitted-
double entendre you stupid sack. I still use that line sometimes. Mike leaving here and saying goodbye to Wong was another callback to Yellow Fever when Jamie did the same thing, and, apparently everyone in the Tingley universe approves of their kidnapper and ultimately ends up liking them. So, bye-bye Wong, and see you later. So, but it works. It's so ridiculous. That office was huge. I think I told Mike to run the other way, but he realized right here that, oh, wait, the exit's this way.
They didn't tell me how to get out of that building. Crazy.
Harrison's back.
Harrison's got a cool shirt.
Yeah.
That bastard Tingley locked him out.
Oh, that's
After
right.
all the movies
He's
he's
the
made with him.
boss.
After all the love he's given him.
I think
from
this is
afar.
really just Salazar's way of writing Tingley out of the movie.
I think this is Salazar's dream of never having to be able to go back into special home needs again.
Oh, no. He got a thumbs up from that.
I love your pissed off faces.
I
They're the
know.
best.
Such good
Good
facial
eye rolling.
expressions.
Yeah.
That's why I cast him in a lot of things.
It's what he's best at.
He's funny.
Oh.
Hilarious.
You have a funny face, Jason. I mean that in the best possible way.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, fuck you too, Agumon! You're gonna get it later, sucker!
When we had flowers outside.
That's my leg, Jason.
Harrison.
The whole thing that Jeff's about to do the voiceover for, it's actually written on that paper, so I was trying to read along in my mind, you know, with how the pacing and how Jeff might have said certain things and whatnot. But ultimately, when I went to go and edit it together, it didn't work as well as I'd hoped. You know, a lot of my faces and whatnot just didn't match with the timing of Jeff's voiceover, hence why there's a lot of fades and changing of the shots here and there, because I just had to try to match it to, you know, Jeff's voiceover and the little inflections he had put in his reading.
Why was he fired?
Tingley has fired.
I know, I don't remember why.
He decided he can run it all by himself.
Yeah, something like
Weren't
that.
they were like cousins or something like that? Or
No.
How did they end up together?
Pay attention, Tom.
Is that in Lunar?
That's probably in Lunar.
Probably in Lunar.
I really have to catch up on my Eddie Tingley films. There are way too many I haven't seen.
It's just been a while.
The Blu-rays are coming
The
soon.
longest letter ever.
I'm like, that should have been another sheet.
Much like with Police Chief Terry Furman, Christian's scene, I wanted to try to get, you know, every character that we had seen in past movies before into this film in some capacity. So I wanted to have Marva come back, Eddie Tingley's half-sister. And I found the perfect opportunity right here that when Harrison has just found out that his life has been completely shot to shit, who should show up but Marva, who just absolutely doesn't care and actually wants money for fast food. So, but Melinda came in and, you know, and did this in like a half hour, and it's a nice little moment for her and I think for, you know, Harrison and Marva together.
She doesn't age. That's cool. I was just wondering.
Melinda Marks likes to wear jammy jams. It's crazy talk.
Yeah, they're really comfortable.
Eddie locks me out of the house all the time, so I figured this wasn't a big deal, but this is horrible.
I know. Where will I go? Where will I live?
Jason's
You
hair
guys
looks
actually
good there.
are good as brother and sister.
Yeah, it works.
You have similar expressions.
I truly would buy Melinda and Jeff as being brother and sister. I think they kind of have a lot of the same features.
Eddie's
Half sister
From the Eskimo?
from the Eskimo.
Oh.
The lesbian Eskimo.
Keep up with your lore, people.
It's the offspring.
How did they have a girl?
Suspension of disbelief.
That's for That's for
There's
another
something
movie.
called in vitro.
Suspension of disbelief. Yes.
They are circus freaks. You never know.
Yeah.
With those crazy carnies.
Is it like Cartman's mom?
Oh.
I remember the funny line, but I can't hear what it is.
Yeah, it just came out like.
Just to be clear, we cannot hear anything that's happening.
Wait, I think
right
it
now.
was. I think I hear "Sweet Lady Cholesterol."
I think I was sweet lady cholesterol, Colin.
Nice.
Exactly.
Everybody's wearing green shirts. Attention.
Here is our only all the Punjabs together scene. I wanted to get all four of them together in some fashion, and so I figured the best way was after Sparkle's kidnapping brainwashing ordeal, he would come back and tell everyone what a great success his date was.
Uh-oh.
Hey guys.
Uh-oh.
Sweet.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Always good to practice feeding.
Yellow mustard.
It's like, oh crap, this stupid green shirt mustard stain joke is going to pay off right here and now. And but I didn't want it to be too in your face and right away. So every time you think they're gonna get mustard on the shirt, it never happens. And then the one who ultimately gets mustard on his shirt is the one who shouldn't, which is Sparkles, and he goes berserk.
Ah, Man, the tension. That was a close one.
I loved, I told everyone, I want a deadpan delivery. I want it as if you know that this situation is ridiculous and it's going to end badly, so everyone say your line like, I almost got mustard on my green shirt. And I think everyone's delivery like that was awesome.
Oh no! Oh no! A green shirt with mustard stains.
Angry Mike.
Madness.
He's like the Hulk.
To make that face, I was thinking of. I don't remember what I was thinking of. I think I was thinking of Matt with his shirt off.
Great special effects there.
I like how he's like doesn't
like,
know where to throw the corn dog. Like I'm
So,
in somebody's
hey,
nice
bring your
house.
shirt over here. I need
too
some
hard.
mustard off of you.
Yeah.
Originally, my idea was to go crazy and rip Devin's painting off the wall and break it across Matt's head. And I think Devin said no. What a killjoy.
Random things! Sneaky, hold him down!
Violence.
I like Gibson's face.
Kind of an oxymoron.
There you go. Oh, nice.
What is going on with him?
He probably saw a bad movie on his
I
date.
think they actually used 12 shirts to get this take right. They kept having to spray it onto it.
No, that was 12 corn dogs.
12 corn dogs, that's what it was. I didn't say 12.
they were hungry.
Part 3 or something like
Yeah, they could eat a lot of corn dogs.
I could eat 12 corn dogs right now.
I'm compelled to act out.
This line here, I remember it took a couple takes. It wasn't that it was long, but there was just a lot of big words and information in it. And the one time when Sparkles suddenly becomes lucid of what's going on in his brain, but Mike delivered it great, and it's a nice little moment for Sparkles. I don't know why we decided to start picking on Ben Affleck. I'm sure at this point there was a Ben Affleck movie out, and since none of us really liked him, it just seemed like a good time to pick on the man.
Green shirt.
Yellow.
It was great too that it worked out that Sergio's shirt that he's worn throughout the entire series basically is a green shirt with yellow mustard on it. So that couldn't have worked out more perfectly. And then this little moment here between Sparkles and Mr. Cannon.
Oh no!
Oh my god, he's dead.
Sergio!
Thank God he had those goggles.
So what's that all about?
We think he saw Giggly again.
You mean Geely?
That's it.
No Sneaky. This is not about
And then Shaggy's little speech here about Eddie Tingley, obviously they think that he brainwashed Sparkles and he's trying to sabotage him yet again. And the fact that they're finally going to take Eddie Tingley down once and for all just set up for the future garbage that was going to happen, to finally, the end-all fight between Tingley and Punjabs to end this conflict once and for all. That room to rent is actually my office where I do some of my editing and filming and whatnot. So
Agreed. So excited.
That kind of looks like a face Sydney would make.
Ooh, yeah, I love the bobblehead.
Love this.
I do enjoy a bobblehead. Something to play with.
Touch.
There we go.
I have a problem with
Here's where I
touching things I'm
evoke the
supposed to.
title.
I love that face.
Tying up some of my own loose ends.
God, my face is so weird.
Like that Peruvian mask that you were supposed to steal for me 4 fucking years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking, since Megan is in this movie, after we shot this, I went and hung out with her and some other Hamlet folk after shooting this, I remember.
Bounce your bowing.
Phi.
Bounce your bowing.
And that's also the phi
Why
thing
you used phi,
came
right?
about because that was Hamlet was in my brain these days.
The final jigsaw piece that I need to complete the puzzle that is my life. And if you're wondering what I mean by that, I don't even know.
Phi, there it is.
Offices are dirty.
Oh.
This is also from Crystal's.
Yeah, this is the same building as the
It was
office,
just down the hall.
main office, but it was just down the hall. And
We also got full permission to
Notice
film
I'm wearing
everything in
black.
Nice.
Because you're evil. Because I'm evil. I mentioned earlier that I try to put myself in pink and black as much as possible when I'm cis.
And
But
Evil
sometimes
gets
I
to wear
still-
cute sweaters.
No, I don't want to bring those movies.
No, whiny ass.
What do you mean, whiny? Not whiny.
Mr. Overseer, sir.
I don't know about you ladies, but whenever I wear something in a movie, then I feel like it's immortalized and I have trouble wearing it other places.
Really? Oh no.
At least that pink and black stripe Now the Trent Museum of Art here, and when we pan over to the car, now we're actually in front of Angie's house, which is probably like a good half hour away from the museum, but I could never get them all in the same day. I mean, there was no reason to film the three of them waiting in front of the museum when I could just do it anywhere. So, but the whip pan from the museum to the car and later on, you know, it works just fine. You totally buy that they're there.
Real mature, you guys. You know what? It's unprofessionalism like this that gets things fucked up. Look, just listen to me.
I think in the original script, them getting the masks, there was a little scene where they were supposed to be sneaking around a museum, and there were like just little mishaps that happened inside. But I realized I couldn't film those because there was no way we were getting into a museum.
I like how I'm just crying in the back.
Like as you drive off, you give that.
That was brilliant filming, as they didn't even get the keys.
I tried to use many colorful.
This mask was dirty. I remember my white shirt was dirty after
Hugging it.
I love
hugging it and having it sit on my
I
stomach.
love that when we had some award show, maybe the Tuk News or something, you had a trivia quiz. And one of them was, what kind of Coke was I drinking?
right.
And it's cherry Coke, yeah?
Yes.
I got that question wrong. I was the one that drank it.
Nice.
Because apparently I don't pay attention to the drinks people hand me. This is not a good thing.
You were into your inner monologue.
Oh wait, here comes the Apprentice reference. Here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And,
Wow,
and
good
I had
one.
to,
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, and I had to respond. My weird facial expression is,
Fire.
oh, like the guy in Apprentice. What? Pardon? And I hadn't watched this episode. You had to describe it to me.
That's so fast.
I was like, I don't watch The Apprentice. So I just bugged out my eyes as big as I could.
I like the shaking head.
This is good. This is first season of The Apprentice was happening. Shock.
Get out!
Anger.
Yeah.
Regret. Frustration.
Out of my office.
These are all the things we learned at San Jose State. Fine. Wait.
Were you finding your yays and boos through this?
Oh
scene?
yes. Finding my.
Oh,
that
did you
was a boo.
squeak too?
Wait.
Fucking A, that felt good.
I'm treating myself to a Red Bull.
That's right.
Treating myself to a Red Bull. Red Bull should pay me for all of the free press it gets in these movies, because that's the overseer's favorite drink. And here we have Cecilia stealing the Jack bobblehead. This whole scene actually, it also takes place at the exact same office building that we filmed the overseer's office stuff in earlier. It's just down a hallway and a larger office. And the scene was all put in basically as well just to get Cecilia out of the STDs, to set up the whole her going to Harrison relationship, which was going to play a bigger part later in the last Tingley film.
I'm coming, Harrison.
Oh, I think this is one of my only scenes I've ever had with the Eddie Tingley, Jeff Paulson.
Oh yeah.
2003 is when we made this. I believe it was my idea to have Jeff just change the 3 to an 8, but he came up with the idea of making it 12,003, so I figured that was more suiting to a Tingley joke, so we went with that.
Tingley is back in business.
Stupid, hard to find place.
Stupid Yahoo Maps. Through the past couple movies, we've picked on Yahoo a little simply because both Matt Clem and Christian Pizzarani work at Yahoo, so we figured it might be a nice little bash to, Yahoo, and but we don't really like one more than the other, to be quite honest.
Eddie Tingley Detective Agency.
Again, first scene with Jeff Paulson ever.
Street corner?
I think the rest of the cast
was it?
Yeah, how was
back.
Give us
It was exhilarating.
impressions of that.
She actually came back crying to her trailer after this.
Well, I think,
Who's in love with Harrison, aren't you? Listen.
yeah, I think
Don't waste your time.
Jeff may have hated me at this point in time.
Wait, really? How would he hate you?
I don't No. But now
You
we're
just didn't
friends.
know
It's
you.
okay. You just didn't know that I'm not my character.
You're like, I'm not a bitch, I swear. I'm so nice.
That's wait, no, I don't like Harrison. I mean, no, I love him. I want his ass. No, it was fun. We had a good time.
This newly adjusted piece of paper.
Later on, I got to do, a show with Jeff Paulson where we acted very little together.
Really?
Yeah, I got him into Arsenic and Old Lace, actually, at Northside Theater.
I think this is another scene where we also establish just how much of a puss Tingley really is. I mean, he doesn't deal too well with confrontation, but then having a girl who kind of gives him his what for, I mean, that's definitely, Tingley doesn't really have a very hefty ball sack, shall we say. So, yeah.
Harrison wanted to shut the place down. I just want to.
Ouch.
I hit men a lot in these movies. I don't hit men in real life typically, so I enjoy doing it in movies. I kind of get to let out my rage.
Nice.
In fact, I think maybe I asked Jason to write me scenes where I can beat people up. No, I don't. But he knows me well. He knows I like it. I like kidnapping people as well. Kidnapping, gagging, punching, titty twisters. No.
You like that rough?
Well,
She likes to give it rough.
only sometimes.
Really?
TMI.
She likes to be in charge.
That's so not true.
I'll Google search him. Stupid Yahoo. Yep, once again, another Yahoo bash. And shortly after a quick Google search, this is my office, as I stated earlier, the one that was also, the outside the room to rent. It had just been built, so I really didn't have anything set up yet, so I figured it worked out perfect for an apartment for Harrison to move into.
Whoa, where did I come from? Magic. I'm like a fairy of magic. Oh. Finally got my own back.
A lot of references to Project Go here, so if you haven't seen Project Go, some of these little bits don't make a lot of sense, but these two characters have not seen each other since Project Go, so that's been about 3.5 years since these characters have been on screen together, and the last time Cecilia saw Harrison, she tried to kill him, even though she secretly loved him, which she's also kind of confessing here. But I needed to set up that Harrison and Cecilia were going to become an item in the future, and Harrison just kind of quickly forgives the fact that she tried to kill him several times.
I just lost my job.
Yeah, I know. I had a talk with your former employer.
You talked to Eddie.
Yeah, I think I made him crap his pants too.
Here I'm just blah, blah, blah. Oh, look at that.
That was Sharon and my filming. Is that right?
I was just about to ask him, like, okay, Jason's in the scene, so who's filming it?
Putting Jason in my lack of breasts. I was like, it's fine. It's not sexual because there's nothing there. Here's my clavicle.
That's so rad. I love it.
You gotta know yourself, you know what I'm saying?
So true. I'm there with you, totally.
What?
You really don't get innuendos, do you?
Look, Cecilia, if you're serious about changing, I can help you.
Really?
But look, you've got to promise not to do anything bad anymore.
No problemo.
And you have to promise not to try and kill me again.
Done and done.
And you have to promise not to come on to me anymore in an attempt to make me your bitch. Yeah, Harrison gets innuendos. So, what do you say?
Oh, we're so cute. Look at that, Sis and Harrison. Oh, look at I'm so
You're always
sneaky
with
here.
the tall girls.
I know. Yeah.
Always with the tall girls.
I like that I wipe my hands after I shake it with her. I never quite noticed that before. I guess I don't want to get evil on me, so that's kind of funny.
Good. Someplace peaceful, tranquil, and boring.
What kind of place meets all that criteria?
The aquarium, of course.
Oh, goody.
Let's go then.
You realize this is our second date?
Cecilia.
Just talk.
Incorrigible. Oh, vodka. Make the pain stop!
Now this scene was written very late in the game simply because since Katie was going to, Shannon's character was going to be so prominent in the last film, I needed to remind the audience, you know, that hey, Eddie does have a girlfriend and it's Katie Caitlin. She's a news reporter and we hadn't really seen her in quite a long time. For the most part, she was a very throwaway character and was never meant to be that important. But when it came time to write the last movie, I figured, well, who's the one person who could kill Tingley that we just wouldn't see coming? And I figured, well, what about the girlfriend? Because she's just in and out of it, and we don't really know her backstory and what her deal is. And so I figured it would just really come out of left field. And so this scene was basically put in to reestablish their relationship. And of course, the dancing was not written in, but we kind of worked that in, and Jeff just went back to his Tingley roots and decided to do a little freelance dancing here. And
Jeff learned these moves with his night job at the Pink Poodle, which oddly enough is by the baby store. If you've ever noticed.
People have been shot there.
At the baby store? I know.
At the Poodle.
They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
Golf club, yeah.
Drink it up.
Oh god, I think I played at golf with that club.
The best part was that Jason had to film all of that. I'm sure that made him so comfortable.
Let's get it on.
Eddie, are you on hallucinogenics?
Hallucinogenic?
Loose Ends was on YouTube for a while, and I had split it into 3 parts because it was so long, and over the course of YouTube's lengthy internet career, they have decided to kind of crack down on people who use copyrighted music. So this section of Loose Ends was the only one that was taken down because I had used the song Let's Get It On, and YouTube does not like it when you use music that is not your own. So this is no longer on YouTube, but at least you know you can still look at it on the DVD and forever, you know, it's captured forever in all of its glory.
It's all so pointless without him there.
Well, if it's so bad, why don't you ask Harrison to come back?
That is the stupidest.
Even though they're just having vodka, apparently there's some silverware there on the plate, so they are planning to eat something at some point, but I guess I just never got that far.
Stupidest working possibility idea ever. You think it'd work? Like, admitting that...
And this whole little bit here with Jeff just not quite understanding what Katie's telling him was also yet another setup to show that, you know, Jeff was definitely dumber than Katie, and that Katie did have a bit of a brain behind her, and that all comes to play later when we see that Katie is the mastermind of not only of Mike and Matt's characters, but basically the leader of that evil group. So it was to kind of establish that she definitely was someone who could take care of herself and take charge, and ultimately could bring Tingley down.
Oh, she downed that vodka.
Here's Mike Flores, and the back there you can see "fuck Jason" on the refrigerator. I actually did not even notice that till like after several viewings that Mike had put that up there. So I'm sure he was just kidding, though it could have been that we were filming this really late at night, so maybe he wasn't happy. AJ's cleaning his gun with Ajax. That was another joke as well.
But I'm starting to have my doubts.
Seed of Chucky poster.
All of their posters were Jason's leftovers he didn't want anymore.
I didn't notice in that poster that those are sperm in Chucky's eyeball.
So gross.
Until later.
Look, now he's got like a dark poop on his shirt. What
The
is it?
seed of Chucky, I get it.
Oh, they are.
So wrong.
Oh, seed of Chucky. But
Wah, wah. Deliver us some evil.
I'll deliver him some evil, and then he
deliver you some
toasts the poster. Here's to you, poster.
Mike putting the gun together here. Just a quick little montage. The music is actually from the first Halo video game. I just figured it kind of went with the situation. You know, Halo's all about shooting shit, so I figured him putting a gun together worked with the Halo music. That picture there, I believe, of Jeff is from one of our Christmas specials. I can't remember which one, but I just figured the face worked well with having a laser sight on it. That was stupid. Him basically not liking his own joke, that was all Mike's improv as well. It was very funny. Good work, Flores. This scene here, now, where Mike is, supposedly going to shoot Tingley and, the sniper rifle here. Christian did this little effect here, so thank you, Christian, for that. But the whole scene of Jeff walking along that little lake, that was done the same day as we filmed Eddie and Katie's little vodka date, and it was never meant to be what Mike was seeing through the sniper rifle. It was actually meant to be Jeff walking and kind of contemplating his life and thinking about whether or not they should shut down the agency if Harrison was right. But when I went and cut all this together, I realized I didn't have anything for Mike to look at while he was sniping Tingley. So I just actually took that little bit and Christian put the scope on top of it, and it worked wonders, because otherwise Mike would have been looking at nothing.
The incident?
And here we go back to the mentioning of the incident, which apparently Mike was a part of, but he is not in the actual incident short film, which we made several years later. But we did show that the incident has to involve David Hasselhoff, dog sperm apparently. I don't know what that was.
Kaboom. Hasselhoff.
Oh God!
Monkey drinks his own piss.
Drinking his own piss.
Tom and Jerry
Yes.
sound effect, right?
Gotta love it. Jason's car.
Tom and Jerry scream. That is the best part of it.
Love it.
Oh, this was so fun.
Monterey Bay Aquarium. This was a fun day. We wanted to shoot a little montage of Harrison and Cecilia doing something fun, playful, and so Tom Shamrell actually had passes to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and he got me, Angie, himself, and Sharon in, and we all went that day and basically had a double date. But then while we were there, we also kind of shot this footage for this little music montage, some music by the Counting Crows, Accidentally in Love, from the hit film Shrek 2. Harrison likes tunas, Cecilia likes sharks. Makes perfect sense.
Oh, here's me trying to get my Mac on with Harrison.
So cute.
Typical. And being rejected. Also typical. Alright, these were my students from Keys Middle School.
No way!
It's
there's
CJ
Ben.
right there.
I saw
And Ben.
Ben was there.
So my students happened to be on a field trip for their summer interim. I ran into them and was like, hey, you want to be in our movie? So I didn't actually push random children out of the way.
So cool.
They were my drama students, and they were pretty
excited.
Yeah.
I actually had to climb into the aquarium at this point. Getting stung by jellyfish isn't really fun, just to let you know.
I have to tell you, my student CJ was the one that, he loved me. He was pretty sad to see me with you.
Wow.
Sharon knows what I'm talking about, being a teacher. With your little kids. That crushes me. I love that. I think it's so cute. I freaking love this Counting Crows song.
This is very sexual with the pulling of the eels. That she really wants Harrison's eel to come out, and Harrison's like, I don't know how it works. And then Cecilia slaps it, and then he leaves. So this is our Romeo and Juliet moment. The Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet, not the classic Shakespeare Romeo and Juliet. The hello and the go away penguins worked very well for, our respective characters, so we kind of just ran with that.
This one right there.
This one was so freaking cute. It kept dancing with me. I was genuinely happy in this moment.
So
it doesn't happen very
cute.
often, but I was a happy girl that day.
I don't remember. Did you guys plan to wear the same color?
I think
you guys
we did.
are.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's one
at
of the
least
few.
similarly.
We both were, very color coordinated that day. I honestly don't think I look good in orange, but I think this day I did. And Angie looks good in anything, but we both were, very much in the same color scheme, and it helped to set up the fact that Harrison and Cecilia are just gonna be so cute together. Shadow kiss. We didn't really kiss, but it worked. That's how Harrison and Cecilia kiss, by not kissing.
You shouted.
Your secret is blown.
We lean into
Jones
each other
is
and we say,
recovering.
smoochy, smoochy, smoochy.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, we actually say that. It's pretty funny. Oh, this is...
Shot himself in the footski.
Poor Flores.
Mike just wrapped a big bathroom towel around his foot, and that pretty much established the fact that he did something horrible to his foot when he shot it. So it worked, and it was a funny little shot. The point came across.
Thanks for nothing.
I'd hoped through this whole movie with this mentioning of Big K off and on that you would never suspect that Big K actually meant Katie. And I don't think it did for the most part, but I tried to keep it obscure enough that if you put two and two together, you could figure it out. But I thought I was being clever at the time. The overseer did indeed say to pick up 2% milk back in the overseer office scene when they were all together, so we just figured this was a throwaway scene. I believe this scene with Tom and getting the milk and thinking about killing Cecilia, this was done the same day that I premiered the movie. I had one little blurb I needed to fill in, and I filmed that the night people showed up and just dropped it in and then got loose ends on a tape for the viewing. So nothing like, tweaking to the last minute. And the big reveal that Big K is Katie Caitlin, and she's going to kill Tingley. To be concluded, Matrix font. And of course, everyone's favorite part of a movie, bloopers.
Testes.
And there were a lot of them.
Oh, where's Sparkles? This is so good.
And then we did the Scooby-Doo stuff.
This started because it was late when we were shooting in that office, and I started acting like a jackass and...
This is how this shot was done with me and Sean and Payman Benz pulling us on a little cart. Thank you, Payman. Some unused Tingley dance footage, and you can see why it was not used, because it's disturbing.
Where's Sparkles?
And then Jason went off and filmed a whole lot more Where's Sparkles stuff, because this was just us. This was the first. This is where it started. We were just goofing off.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, there was some Scooby-Doo stuff
I wish we could get back into that building.
Fun.
That was such a good spot to
And because
film.
it had all the doors across from each
Doors,
other.
and yeah, we were like running back and forth.
Film
Did we get that? Did we get the
clothing. Oh, there's the condiments thing. Condiments. I like that word. Cecilia Beaumont Bannister. Call me
Here we go.
Name.
Here we go.
Where's Sparkles?
Yes.
There he is.
And later on, there's another Where's Sparkles where I get Don Q
There I
to
am in my
laugh.
pirate shirt.
I get Don Q to laugh really loud, and that was what I based my laugh in the Three of a Kinds off of. Was his laugh in this. In this
You
episode.
did research. Can you do it now? Oh.
Well, I think we should. It should. Here we go.
That's so good.
We were really drunk there. Yeah.
We should just wait till it comes up. I don't want to do the laugh here. It's better if it's from the film. The film. We're Sparkles. And he looks up. I'm swimming in the air.
Nice. We're running.
Oh yeah.
Flailing arms are classic.
Let's see who the real culprit is. Oh, it wouldn't have been Mr. Boom Mic. Okay, here we go.
Real technical there, whenever I filmed, I pretty much held the boom mic in one hand and the camera in the other, so you can see that we had absolutely no budget going on, but that's what we work well with, so...
Oh, call back to an earlier...
I couldn't help it.
Please Shoot Terry Furman Christmas. One of my favorites.
That was very Steve Martin of him.
This is so good.
Paul and Cenas in the Cinematic Collective, they are no longer a group, but I thank them very much for filming that opening fight sequence. They did awesome.
And wait, and wait,
Those
and wait,
stupid doors.
and get hit by the door.
We're so fucking slow. We kept trying to do that bit, remember?
Didn't work.
And it was like, oh my
There was
god,
a
why
lot
are
of
the
air
doors
pressure behind
floating
those doors, yeah.
closed?
More bloopers. Here we go. Here we go.
Whee!
Here we go.
God,
There it is. There's
I like that
I like
face.
it, yeah.
Great face. That's the face I cast all the time. Oh, sexy.
So that's what.
Fi.
You did this on purpose. I am going to kick your naughty.
No one was there.
Oh, that is ended up on the chopping.
Oh, so good.
Oh, this was for payment.
Amen.
Oh, look at him, such a bitch. I don't help him.
That's awesome. So good.
No.
Evil to the
Oh,
core.
he falls out of his wheelchair.
I think this was the first time ever I had sort of met Payman. I never knew the guy before.
So
that
rad.
day. Yeah, it's weird.
I'm crushing your head. Crush, crush. I'm squishing it. Squish. I'm like, are we ready? Ooh, the claw has chosen me. I must go.
You're tapping your leg right there, like, can we move, please?
That's,
Can we get
yeah, that's my. I'm a let's please film face.
Whoops.
Oh, he looks so cute.
Not in
It
the
was so
moment,
cute.
but that's okay.
You're all innocent.
She's like, I didn't know you were filming that far.
I love that. Oh,
There's the big sweater again. Look, I'm adjusting the big sweater. It's hot in here. I should take this sweater off.
It's like a big sauna.
And not to mention...
Bloopers. Whoops. Look at the script.
He probably saw a bad movie on his date last night. He reacted this way when he saw Giggly. Remember?
Oh, Geely.
Geely joke.
Oh, God.
That dates it.
that movie was so awesome.
You mean Giggly?
That was it.
Did anyone actually see that?
I have seen it.
I saw it.
Was it as horrible as everyone said?
I saw it rented
It was-
because my friend said it was so bad that
It
it was
was bad.
awesome, and it was actually hilarious because they had like the requisite retarded character.
I went to,
Obviously not.
Here's the
retarded,
story.
but
I went to see it in the theater.
Oh God!
It
I'm so
was-
sorry you paid for that.
It was me, my mom, and another person, and that was it in the theater.
You went to see it with your mom, and they had the whole penis vagina monologue. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
There
Wow.
was? I don't even remember.
Well, that is Loose Ends. I want to thank you all for watching the movie, and bye-bye.